Who have been the most important people and events in your walk with God? Were there specific family members or ancestors?
I'd say my mother,
Okay.
because every night she read us a Bible study story before we go to sleep.
What events led you to be closer with your relationship with God?
Say that again.
What events led you
events?
to? Oh wait, sorry. What events led you to have a closer relationship with God?
Oh, I'm trying to think. It happens every day when you open your eyes and see a new day. The different events happen throughout your life. So it makes you know there's a God up there and He's looking out for you. Narrow escapes, things that when I look back over chances I took, you know, financially or with the relationship, when I look back and realize that God was there all the time because I got through it with no harm. I used to talk to girls that they were having a lot of problems, you know, with their boyfriends and stuff. And that never happened to me. Nobody ever threatened my life.
Okay. That's nice.
That's
Do you want me to do it? How has prayer guided your life?
How?
Prayer.
Oh, prayer. Well, if you want God to do something for you, I mean, He knows what you need, but you need to say it so that you hear it and believe it.
What experiences were you most grateful for?
What experience?
If you were interviewing me, you're taking a picture of me.
What I'm grateful for now is I look back, I'm 86 years old, so I'm glad to have been on this earth that long. In fact, as far as one family goes, I'm the matriarch, I'm the oldest one. They don't want to believe it, but they joke about it, but I am one of the oldest. My sisters, there were four of us, four girls, and the two oldest ones, both, the first one died really young, she was 60. She had lung cancer because she was a smoker. And then my other sister didn't make it to 80. She had breast cancer. And I made it on 86, going on 87.
What roles did you play? What roles did you or are you playing in the Christian community? Like in your what roles do you play or are you playing in the Christian community?
Does that mean like what committees I'm on or? Okay. Well, I'm on the usher board, and that we used to meet just once out of the month. We're so short-handed that we have two times a month that we have to serve. Plus, if anyone is short-handed, even on the days you don't have to serve and you're not in uniform, you still do it. You help them out. And the other one used to do this vacation Bibles. I kind of missed that. I used to team teach with Carolyn Langston. It was a lot of fun.
What matters to you now in your church life?
What matters to me now?
In your church life.
Most to you.
Or yeah, most to you.
Being able to get here every Sunday. A lot of Sundays now when I wake up, my body says no. My mind is saying yes, but my body is saying no. But the nice thing is that it's on video, so you can watch it, even if you're not able to attend.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
I'm gonna skip the music ones.
The music one? Okay, yeah, that's fine.
What have been your most important lessons?
Say that again.
What have been your most important lessons?
That I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. But you have to take that leap of faith. You have to believe. And if you believe, God is saying, okay.
We only got, like, we don't have to skip that much because we only got 5 minutes so far. So we don't have to skip that much.
You want to do music?
Yeah, I'll do the music ones. Where are the music ones? Okay.
My name
What?
is John McGill.
What songs or musical pieces move you toward prayer or meditation? What songs or musical pieces move you towards prayer or meditation?
Oh, I'm trying to think.
The most important people in my life were my parents. They
If you can't think of one, it's
Yeah,
okay.
I like a lot of them.
be responsible for things I done and to choose the correct right way to live and to treat other
What
people.
songs, hymns, or chants
That
have been
is something that stayed within me.
as you sung
Oh,
them?
go back to the song.
Help people,
Lead
be
me,
around other
guide me
people,
along the way.
And,
That's one.
offer them
Is there a
good
reason
advice,
why that one specifically?
things like that. Those are the kind
Is there a
of
reason why that one
things
specifically?
taught early in
Well,
my
it's
life.
just telling you to have faith.
Responsible and to treat other people
And through song,
with respect.
instead of scripture or prayer, it's telling you through song. And sometimes it's easier to remember a song than to remember the scripture reading.
I get that.
What happened?
Your voice is a trap.
Oh, sorry.
It happens, because you really, especially when we were talking something as good as what you just said.
We need to hear.
What has made your faith stronger?
Yeah, what has made your faith stronger?
Knowing that I can depend on God and not on my understanding but His, and that He's always there. You can call Him whenever you need.
Okay. What scriptures have given you these lessons and insights?
Okay, I didn't.
What scriptures have given you these lessons or insights? Like, what scripture gave you these the lessons that you teach to others, or the advice?
I still didn't get it. I'm sorry.
So how do I explain this? So you can talk about which scriptures gave you the ideas or lessons to teach to others. I think that's how the question is.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't have an answer for that one.
That's okay. What gives you the most joy
Out of life or what?
out of anything? It could be anything.
I think within the family, every time a new baby is born, and we know that our lineage is continuing, that makes me happy. I don't have children, but I have a lot of nieces and nephews that like to spend time with me, and I'm grateful for that.
That's sweet. You can pick one.
How have you become wiser, more authentic, more concerned about God's world and God's people, and certain of God's never-ending love for us?
Okay, you have to say that again.
How have you become wiser, more authentic, more concerned about God's world and God's people?
What is some event or?
How you became she says that how do you explain that?
How have you become wiser and more authentic and more concerned about God's world and His people and the never-ending love for us.
I guess with the way politics is going, and I don't want to get into a long thing on that, but it makes you wonder what's going on, that Trump is able to do all these horrible things and no one will stand up to him. And he says he's doing it in the name of Christ, but that's not the Christ that we know. I don't know who he's worshiping.
Yeah.
But that, I'm concerned about what's going on politically.
Yeah.
What's your most important advice?
To trust in God and to pray daily, hourly if needed, but to know that God answers prayers.
About 8.
Wait, 8? How has your love of God helped you cope through losses and failures?
Cope with,
Losses and failures.
well, to know that he's always there listening, and that if it's appropriate, he'll answer. If not, he'll send me some kind of lesson.
Sorry, go ahead.
I guess that's it. I depend on family and friends to tell me when I'm going too far one way or the other. You know, straighten that.
Where have you felt especially close to God?
When or where?
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 Well, where and when?
I guess it's when I had like major surgery on my spinal cord. But I wasn't worried. I don't know. Everybody else was worried. They're crying, and I just said, whatever will be, will be. God is with me, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to let him take care of that. And he did. That was 20 years ago. It was in 2003.
That's nice.
Hold on. Wait, I'm gonna go back.
Should we ask the one about Easter and Christmas?
Oh yeah. What is the word? Wait, you ask it. I think, is it favorite moments or memories?
Yeah, what is your favorite moments about like Easter and Christmas?
Or like memories?
Well, Easter,
You can do like either one or both.
on Easter morning when Jesus rose from the dead. For Christmas, that was when he was born. Okay? Yeah. And we give each other gifts like the 3 wise men brought him gifts. So we give each other gifts to celebrate Christmas.
Was there any like childhood memories
Yeah, that's
of you and your family or friends that you
Well,
remember?
We always got gifts, but there were 3 girls, and the youngest one came much later. And one Christmas, all we got was a bike, and we thought we all were getting bikes, and we only got one bike for 3. We had to put up a schedule when we would ride it. Sometimes we could swap, but my mother would post a schedule. And we were disappointed at first, but then later it worked out. Because with the schedule, you could bribe someone, can I take your turn today? And they'd say, okay, I'm not going to use it. So it made us depend on each other and worship, depend on each other.
That's nice.
How did you come to know Jesus?
How about
How did you come to know Jesus? What specifically made you like?
I'm trying to think, I think I was 9 years old, I think. And we had a revival at our church. I was the Baptist church then. They had a revival. And for some reason they said, come on. Well, they had us on the front row. They called it the mourner's bench. So they had us on the front row. And I just decided it sounded like something I need to do. So at 9 years old, I got up and joined. My sister, who was 11, she joined also at the same time. But she came after I went up.
Wait, let me see how much time we've got. Do you think it has to be an hour, or is it not? Or it doesn't really have to be?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. These are the last couple of questions.
Okay.
How do you want to be remembered?
As someone who loved the Lord, I'm kind of quiet. I'm not, some people, I'm quiet with mine. I keep a lot of it within.
I'm the same way as well. I'm the same way.
But I think people will say, well, number one, they'll say she always dresses sharp. I hear that. But I think they'll find me as cordial. And when my mom was still alive, they saw how I treated her. I would bring her to church even when I didn't want to come, or to different affairs and stuff.
For what do you thank God most? What do you thank God most for?
I thank Him for the family that I was born into, my parents, of course, and my siblings, and my cousins and nieces and nephews. It's a large family. And growing up, we always had, on the holidays, we would meet at one house and everybody would bring something and we'd fellowship together. As we got older, our parents, as they got older, they stopped doing that as much. And we tried carrying on the tradition, and we still do it today for Christmas or Easter dinner or Thanksgiving, whatever. We have it at one location and everybody try to get to it if they can.
That's nice.
These are the last two questions and then we're done. What are your wishes, hopes, and dreams for others and the world?
What are mine?
Wishes, hopes, and dreams for others and the world.
For the world, peace. We need peace. They're going to blow this thing up. And everyone in it, if they don't settle down and pull back. But Trump is so after power, and he's not a very bright person. I worry about him hitting the wrong button. And then for my family, or for the families, that they stay together as a family, and that no one goes off on their own without the family's back. And a lot of times your children will leave, or someone will leave and they don't come back. That happened with my grandfather. One of his brothers, he left and they never saw him again.
Last question. What blessings would you like to bestow?
What would I like to?
Bestow? Or like, if you can, like, give upon, like, what blessings?
I still don't understand.
Like, what blessings that,
Oh,
like, you want to give to people, like your family?
okay. Well, that we continue to love each other and look out for each other and stay as a family unit. And so far that's happening. You hear families say, I haven't seen so-and-so in so many years. That hasn't happened with our family. They've been pretty close-knit. And most of them live right around the Bay Area, so it's easy to get together.
We are done, but just say, because we didn't get your name in the beginning, so just say, like, your name, and then we're done. Like, we didn't get your name in the beginning, so just say your name, and then we'll be done.
Oh, my name is Maxine Johnson. And what?
And, like, what else should we put in there? Oh, okay, that's all. Thank you.
I was going to tell you that I've been affiliated with Easter Hills since I was in the 9th grade. I think I was in either 13 or 14. I met a girl, in fact, we had all our classes together. Her name was Juan Walker. She was the daughter of James and Beatrice Walker, and they've been around since the Little Brown House. And we had all our classes together in 9th grade at Harry Hill's. And she invited me to come to Easter Hill, and I came to the MYF Methodist Youth Fellowship, and that's how I started coming. And I was away for a while, and then I came back after I, as I say, got grown. I came back and been here ever since. Love the church, love the people, and so glad that God's let me be alive to witness it.
Thank you. We are